Hello, and welcome to the August edition of Florida by the Numbers. I'm Sheridan Morby, and I'm excited to give you an update on the latest in Florida's economy this month. We have new employment, housing, and inflation data to analyze, so let's jump right in. The Florida Scorecard brings together all the publicly available data points that I'll be highlighting today, plus hundreds more, that provide insights at both the state and county levels. If you'd like to explore how your county compares to others across Florida, head to thefloridascorecard.org. Florida's latest employment figures show that Florida's labor market grew faster than the nation's over the last year. Florida added over 134,000 jobs, an annual growth of 1.3%. U.S. employment grew by 1%, which was slower than expected. Additionally, Florida is currently creating 1 in every 12 U.S. jobs annually. The unemployment rate remained unchanged in July at 3.7%. And there are now 103 Floridians looking for work for every 100 open jobs. While these numbers suggest a balanced labor market that tips a little in favor of the businesses seeking talent, they don't show the full picture. The Florida Chamber Foundation is consistently engaged with Florida's job creators to gain insights into their workforce needs. Although the gap between workforce supply and demand has narrowed over the past year, talent shortages are still a big concern, revealing that these unemployed Floridians may not have the precise skills required for today's open positions. One way to help close the skills gap is to connect education and business needs. For example, when we engage with Florida's business leaders, we consistently hear that math skills are essential across the workforce. For many growing occupations, like jobs in AI, the skills rest on a math foundation, skills that begin in K-12 education. To help make the connections between these foundational concepts and the skills needed for the workforce, we want to learn about the active partnerships between Florida's businesses and educational institutions to support K-12 outcomes, whether broadly or around math specifically. If your business is doing this, we'd like to capture it. You can complete a brief 3-question survey through the QR code. As a thank you, respondents will be entered into a drawing for a $300 Walmart gift card, and we ask that you pass it along to a teacher, principal, or educator to help them purchase classroom supplies. The overall supply and pricing trends in Florida's housing market remain consistent. Prices are steady as active listings now are elevated well above previous levels in 2022 and 2023. The current median listing price in Florida is $435,000, down slightly from last month. While prices vary depending on where you reside in Florida, the steadiness of prices is the trend across most counties. The inflation rate remained the same in July at 2.7%, meaning that similar to last month, prices are 2.7% higher than they were a year ago. Fluctuating inflation the past few months, as well as uncertainty surrounding national policies, have led the Federal Reserve to keep interest rates steady. However, the consensus seems to be that the Federal Reserve is expected to lower interest rates for the first time this year in September. Although an interest rate cut is expected, this will be a trade-off for decision makers given certain economic data. The Federal Reserve adjusts interest rates to manage the economy, raising rates to slow inflation or lowering them to support job growth. Normally, these goals don't conflict, but with slower job gains and inflation that's steady or even rising, the decision becomes more complicated. As we've been saying for much of 2025, we will need to wait and see what path the national decision makers take. We dove deeper into these trends and more in our recently released 2025 Florida Business and Economic Midyear Report. If you haven't already checked it out, this report will give you a pulse check on the latest in Florida's economy so you and your organization can make data-informed decisions in this wait-and-see economic environment. You can access the report on our website or through the QR code on the screen. The Florida Scorecard and our team's accompanying research and analysis on these metrics are made possible by the Florida Chamber Foundation's community development partners. These are businesses who have a statewide footprint committed to fueling the research and solutions for Florida's long-term economic success. If you have an interest in joining these companies, you can contact Dr. Keith Richard through the information on the screen. To stay up to date as soon as Florida's latest metrics are released, we have a couple of resources to keep you in the know until the next Florida by the Numbers video update. Follow @FloridaBTN, which stands for By the Numbers on X, where these and other updated figures are posted regularly. Also, be sure to check the floridascorecard.org on a regular basis. These metrics will be added as soon as they become available at both the state and county levels, to help Florida leaders lead with data-driven insights. If you have any questions regarding the topics covered today, or if you would like to get involved in the Florida Chamber Foundation's work to secure Florida's future, please reach out to me through the information on the screen. Thank you for watching this month's Florida by the Numbers. We'll be back in September with the latest updates on Florida's economic landscape.